What is going on, everybody? Jason here from Action Saying Garen. We're doing a podcast for the Godzilla movie that I have with me a special guest, which is AZelectroKid. How about you say who you are?
Hey, what's up, guys? AZelectroKid here doing a podcast with Jason. Everything's going to be really awesome because we're going to talk about the Godzilla movie that recently was been on for a very long time. It's all hyped up, and we're glad to talk about it since we've seen the film. So let's get to start, Jason.
Yeah. Anyways. So Godzilla movie, I thought it was pretty good. There's a few things I do have to say, that Alex mentioned, the fighting could have been a little bit better. But the storyline was great. I understand, this is just the intro. This is the intro of Godzilla and all that, I understand that. But, I don't know about you, Nathan, but literally, it felt like the end of that movie, because apparently how the army's supposed to attack Godzilla later on and whatever. I felt like everyone on Earth thinks that Godzilla is a hero now. He's the number one person that that everyone can protect from, and it's just well, if you look back at all the movies, it's they don't really think of Godzilla as a hero.
He's a threat.
Yeah, they just think oh wow, he destroyed that monster. Who really cares, But now it's our turn to step in and fight. And I noticed they could have fired at him while he was down. They could have obliterated him right there. But no, they just were oh, look at it. He's walking away. And then he did his roar at the end, and then he just went in the water, and everyone just pretty much was looking at the TVs going, oh my god, that was Godzilla, he helped us save the city, yay!
Yeah, the news podcast had the text, Godzilla monster hero saves day.
Yeah, and I was how is the government supposed to, well, not government, sorry, but how is the army supposed to fight? It just seems it's not going to fight in the next one. It just seems the humans know that he's Godzilla. He will help out, the people. Even for IGN, they literally were he's the anti-hero.
He's the anti-hero,
yeah. Yeah, he did a little bit of destruction, but he was actually, saving. You could tell he was trying to save the humans in general.
Yes. Or if you want to put it this way, Mother Nature used him to save
pretty much.
and let her do their own thing.
Yeah.
Balance. Like that, what the doctor said, the scientist guy.
Yeah, let the nature is coming after us.
Yeah.
They said that in the older movies, that, all the stuff that, humans did and all that. Now nature is starting to, put full force on us now and showing us, we're going back to, the way things were before this all happened, so. But, I noticed, if you look at the first Godzilla movie, the first 1954, which I know you didn't see or whatever.
I've seen clips, definitely.
Yeah. But anyways, literally Godzilla was the only one in the thing. It was just humans and Godzilla. And I know this movie was supposed to be a reboot because, people didn't really know. But, I know it's supposed to be based on this one. So, the 1954 one was pretty much where Godzilla pretty much went into every freaking town. Anything that was, structured or whatever. It could be anything. And he would just, tear that thing down with his knife. He grabbed trains. He, ripped it apart. He grabbed, electrical wires, ripped that apart. He freaking, destroyed tanks, everything. And then, you look at this one, and it's oh, Godzilla's not really gonna fight, the tanks.
Exactly.
The bridge part. He saved them because of the missiles. He saved everyone on that bridge. And I was he saved everybody. That's not normal. Because literally Godzilla is pretty much oh, I don't really care if the freaking missiles hit that. It's whatever, frig it.
He has no feelings. He's going towards his goal.
Yeah, he's pretty much just going after the Mutos because he knows the Mutos are a threat to him. That's pretty much it. And I was just wow, he just saved the humans.
Maybe there's more Japanese or Canadian in him. He's more apologetic.
I don't know.
Maybe that got rubbed into him over the years. One thing, Jason, I do recall, I was watching some Watch Mojo movies and clips that, there's there's times where it was humans versus Godzilla, and then Godzilla versus monsters, Godzilla versus aliens. But there was a time where I think he did one side with the humans against the monsters, but that's one movie out of 11 which he had, and like you said, it is kind of weird to lead off the ending where now he's more of a hero. How are they gonna lead it off?
Yeah, like how are the soldiers gonna feel about that? Like, you know, because like at first I understand like at first where everyone's like, oh my god, no one knows Godzilla. Like, what the frick is this creature and all that. And then at the end of the movie, it's like the military knows what he is now. That like everyone knows who this guy is now. Like, sure, there's gonna be destruction like when Godzilla fights, but it's pretty much going like, yeah, we're gonna, because even the doctor was like, we're gonna let them fight. We're gonna let them fight out together. We're not gonna get involved. Nothing, you know. But pretty much the nuke was just you know, to like pretty much like to draw them out. That's it. That's all. It's not like it was like, you know, for the army to bring Godzilla out or whatever. No, it was just like to bring them both together so they can do the fight. So it's like, you know, like why didn't why didn't they destroy them both, like, you know? And they could have destroyed the whole city if they wanted to, because like everyone was out of like the area. They could have just nuked that whole section and be like, okay, let's start all over, you know, like let's rebuild.
Which is like dumb, because the whole military was for destroying them, as in the doctor said, let them do their own thing, but they ignored the doctor's wishes, but in the end they still did it. And it's like, wait, that makes no sense. Why are you just for killing Godzilla? Now you're just when I thought that was like a little plot hole. Like, when did you accept to let them fight?
Yeah.
The military was wanting to kill them, but they didn't do anything.
Yeah. And like, well, what was that guy's name? The one that destroyed the babies, anyways. Like, literally, he was trying to help out Godzilla because he had a disadvantage. So he was trying to, like, distract one so Godzilla could, like, you know, get a better advantage to the fight. And that's the army. The army is fighting with Godzilla.
It's like, maybe, I guess the whole movie was, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah.
Common threat.
And plus, like, even Godzilla, like, he even saved the guy that had the bomb. He was just like, oh, no, you don't. No, not Muto. I'm just going to destroy you, you know. Rip the jaw open, blast him, you know. Exactly. Pretty much, like, end his life right there. And
that was actually pretty badass.
That was awesome. Oh, my God. I was just so happy to see something like that. Because at first, I was like, oh, that's all they're going to do is just, like, pretty much, like, slap each other or something, you know. It's like, yeah, just bitch slap you. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do for the whole fucking thing, you know.
They're saving the whole thing one last blast.
Yeah. But I do have to say, though, the one part, like, I know he didn't do the blast. Like, I know he did the blast, but to end the first Muto, when he freaking, like, threw him right into that statue and, like, speared him right through the, like, his body, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. And, I think that's when it got interesting, that part. So, I'm kind of glad how things went for the movie. Like like I said, it's just an intro, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think I'll make one more quick statement. It's like, for me as a movie in general, it was okay. You know, I am a Godzilla newbie, so coming in there as a noob, it's like, it was pretty decent. Well, it was overhyped a lot, but for me, it was an okay movie. I felt like I said, a lot of people say there isn't a lot of Godzilla screen time. I do agree, there wasn't that much. It wasn't about Godzilla. It was more about the humans. Yeah. And they want to give a sentimental plot line for the humans.
Oh, yeah.
Which is understandable. But, you know, we do want to see more Godzilla. And that's the thing.
Yeah. And I found sorry. I noticed the humans kind of pretty much were more involved with the Mutos than the Godzilla. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, I just found, like, they're like, oh, yeah, the Mutos, yeah, you know, like, the Muto, like, they're tracking the Muto more than Godzilla. And it's like, oh, yeah, the Muto's here, the Muto's there, and I'm like, what about Godzilla? Where's him on the map?
Because they're more worried. It's like, I don't know. I guess they had no fear for Godzilla, but yet again, if the military wanted to kill him, it's starting to make no sense. Like you said, if he was a threat, they would still track him too.
Oh yeah, like they would have him like sure they tracked him in the water to see like if he was like actually like heading like to the nuke area. Like I understand that because they're trying to leave both of them there for a reason. Because the professor said, because when the professor said that let them fight, that was pretty much making them lead together to fight each other. That's pretty much it. So.
Yeah, again, there's some. It was like how Omar was saying there was a little like tease and cock blocks.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a bit of tease. Not gonna lie. Like they were like, oh look, there's like his spikes on his back, and it's like, oh my god.
And there's like that 4 second screen. It was like Godzilla and the mutated equipment. That girl shuts the door.
Yeah,
like, what the heck?
I thought it was so funny though, because it's like you see the Muto and Godzilla on TV like for the first time when they're announcing it, and you just see a little boy watching it, and then the mom's like go to bed, and he's just standing there watching the TV, and then all of a sudden when the mom like literally goes up to him and says go to bed, and then he's like, look mom, look what's on TV, and I'm like, why didn't you like mention that like when she first like told you about this? It's like it was just so weird like how they did it. It's like because she was looking at the TV. She was looking at the TV when pretty much just after he says look at the TV. It's like she was looking at it. I could even tell in the movie she was looking at the TV. I'm like, what?
She's a little slow.
Yeah.
She's a little skeptic.
No, I think the kid was a little slow. Oh my god. Anyways. Alright, so it has been confirmed by Alex because he found out that there is going to be another movie for Godzilla 2. I don't know if that's the name or not, but literally, who do you think would be in the next one? Like, I know Alex says that they're going to try new characters and all that, but you never know. They could go back to the old ones. I'm kind of thinking there's this one character, I forget his name, but I was trying to look him up before we did this. But anyways, apparently he is actually the cause, like pretty much the pollution that's on Earth. Pretty much like this thing lives on pollution, and I was like, that would be like perfect to put this character in because it's like the pollution that like everyone has caused on Earth. Like people even talk about pollution and all that, and it's like, why don't you bring this character in? Because if you think about it, like when Godzilla in the first movie, like there were tsunamis, there was all that stuff, and then people just kept saying, oh yeah, that's just that was an earthquake, that was tsunami, and if you actually think about it, they actually took those ideas because of what happened out of the years lately that has been and I think that's a great plot. What they did was they took what happened out of the years and they threw that in, which was great, which I understood was good because like like it makes it seem like if the movie was actually true, like this was actually what happened, and but I think they should like deal with like what's happening as well, like the pollution environment as well, like like it's getting worse, like like what if this mutated guy or whatever that came out of the river as well, he loves pollution, he's gonna make more pollution as well, so like the more pollution there is, the more this guy's gonna like cause more devastation to the humans or whatever,
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that'd be perfect, but the only thing is that this guy looks like a freaking worm. This guy, he looks like a worm, and I was like, Godzilla could just pretty much step on this damn thing, and he'd be done. So
maybe they could change it to it's like a huge 100-foot worm.
Maybe, but like in the old movies, literally, in the old movies, he's a little scrawny little worm, and I'm like, this is awful. Yeah. But like if they do keep it the way the size is, I think they'll have to add something else to it. Like they might add because the old movies they had Mothra with this guy with that freaking worm or whatever. And anyways, that could be like something that they could bring in. But the only thing is that I think they should change the plot for
Uh-huh.
Mothra. The only thing is that Mothra is actually an alien,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I do have to say they should change it to like where things actually came from underneath, because that's a great plot. You know, like everything's on Earth. You know, no one knows what's way underneath. You know, where the core is or whatever. You know, like that's a great plot there. But you know, like if they're gonna take these characters, there's some of them that they might not be able to put in because like especially like Space Godzilla or Mecha Godzilla, which I think a lot of people would love to see. But if you actually
Yeah.
look back at the old movies, the Mecha Godzilla was actually created by aliens, like from another
Really.
planet. So unless like they can somehow put that, you know, like I said, they either have to change the plot
Well, I was thinking,
or okay.
yeah, I was thinking Mechagodzilla could come in. Like, I could see where, like, the humans. I feel like this could be like a, like, kind of like a war thing,
Yeah,
where like Japan or North Korea or
like
some
they
from,
build it. Yeah,
yeah, they see like, oh my God, because the U.S. military is the one who did all the fighting. They're like, oh my God, if Godzilla can create all the destruction, all this. Imagine what we can do. Build this nuclear mechanic replica and start a war with U.S. And
yeah,
then, I don't know, they
you
can
know,
add more things into it.
yeah. Which I think it'd be pretty interesting to bring it in. Like I said, there's a lot of characters. Like if you actually look at most of the characters, like biography, they're mostly from
Uh-huh.
space. Half of them are from space, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
there's a lot of
okay,
aliens.
you gotta change that. You know, we're not making this like a sci-fi movie. This is a monster movie where like the monsters came from Earth. They were on Earth like so many years. Like you gotta somehow make that as a plot like through the movies, because if you say, oh yeah, like you know, yeah, this guy came from space. Well, you know, now it's just not a monster movie. This is more of like a sci-fi movie. You know, it's like the
Mm-hmm.
aliens are invading Earth. They're gonna take over our planet and all that. It's like no, no, no. You have to change it. You gotta make it where the monster's the monster only. No one has him, you know, as like a pet or whatever that you know that they tell him what to do or something. No, just have a monster that you know that like you know he could be even like underground for all we know. Like he could be
It could be
under.
like an ancient prehistoric thing.
Yeah, it's like something like that because like Godzilla, he lived underwater for so many years.
Yeah.
Now, why don't they have it like where there's a cave? Like, you know, like there could have been a cave that, you know, from the nuke, like, you know, the explosion opened up a cave or something, and now this thing
Exactly.
is awakened or something, you know? Like,
Okay,
they
so
would have to make something like that, because it literally, you can't take something from space. Like, oh yeah, like, like, the space people found out that Godzilla exists now, you know? Like,
or I guess the only thing I could see coming from space is like, I don't know, it sounds really hypothetical, like some type of like weird egg that lands on Earth that's or some meteorite that
yeah, like
affects
some
some type of
meteorite that falls.
animal.
Yeah, like I understand something like that, but like if you actually bring people that are aliens into this, no, no, because then it's like a human against aliens battle. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much how the old movies were. Is was pretty much aliens came to Earth and they wanted to take over the Earth, and it's like no, no, no. If you want a monster movie, you gotta stick to the plot that you know was perfect. So the first movie that you know this that they made just recently was good. They made it really good for a monster movie. Now they just gotta stick to that plot. They can't switch it to sci-fi or whatever. No, just stick to monsters, and everything will go like pretty much smooth from that, like from there.
Right.
Um, so like I don't know. What I don't know if you know any characters from Godzilla, but do you have any predictions of seeing any characters or
Like I said, maybe Mecha Godzilla. Um, it's
what
hard to
about
say.
that three-headed dragon? I forget
Yeah, I was gonna bring that one up.
yeah.
I forgot his name.
Apparently Alex wants to see that one badly.
I could see it. Maybe like the Japanese will have. There was an ancient tale of this prehistoric
I
dragon
could
in
see it
Sajak.
coming out of volcano. I could see that
Yeah,
coming out of a volcano.
like it could be like urban legends, Japanese telling their stories, and maybe it's
Yeah,
coming
you
out,
know, like
something like that.
instead of the water, it came out of the flames because it's a dragon, pretty much. You know, like I could see it coming out of a volcano or something. Like, you know, just
Yeah, I
one
could
of
see
the days that it erupted or something, and then it's just like bam, this prehistoric thing just randomly came out of this like old mountain or something. Like that would be a good plot.
that would.
So like hopefully it does, like, you know, pick, like, either he picks new creatures or he picks old creatures. But like I said, if he picks the old creatures, he's gonna have to change the plot off the, like, there's no doubt about it. He's got to change the plot. I know the people that made like the old Godzillas probably wouldn't like it, but like they gotta understand though, like, you know, like this isn't like an old movie thing where back in the day where people just want to see Godzilla for no reason. Like this is like a monster movie they want to see, and this is, you know, people want to see a monster versus monster, not alien versus human. So I think it'd be a good way to change the plot and show it that way. So that's the only way I could see it. So, but any more thoughts or anything on this, or?
I think that would be it. I say, I guess I'll get my final rating and what I think about Godzilla. It's Godzilla as a movie. It was pretty alright for being a noob. It went in there, and you guys will like it, definitely. It will grab your attention. You won't see much Godzilla. You know, just a little bit. It's more, like I said, focus on humans. But if you're cool with that and looking forward to a sequel that could redeem itself for that, then go for it. Watch this movie, guys. As a rating out of 10, I would give it at least a high 8. Definitely like a high 8 right there. And I recommend you guys watch this movie to understand what we're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, it literally, I guess we should have said this at the beginning. If you never saw this, maybe you should probably go see it before we actually, you know, like, put this on your watch later, tag or whatever.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it in theater. Just grab it on DVD or stream it online. Just go for it, guys.
Well, I think it'd be better if you do it on, you know, go see it.
Theater.
Go to theater. I prefer the theater because, yeah.
Unless you guys have a home theater. But theater, or even better, is IMAX theaters. Dolby surround sound.
Oh yeah,
3D.
yeah. IMAX are good.
Yes.
I would have to give it a 7 out of 10 because like I said, there's a few things that I think they could improve. But one thing that really hit me was when the scientist, he died early. He died so early in the movie, and I was like, that was the main character, man. He was pretty much the main character of the whole story. And like when he died, then they're like trying to figure it out. Like after it, like, you know, they could have had him in the plot at least a little bit longer or something, or even like through the whole movie at least, because like because if you actually think about it, he didn't have all the results. He doesn't know like what was out there. He doesn't really know much. You know, he's just trying to get the facts on it and all that stuff. Like, he doesn't really know. He just knows that there were volcanoes erupting, there was nuclear plants blowing up, and he didn't really know much. And I think they should have kept his character in, because the IGN did a interview with him, and he literally he said that he kind of wished that his character went throughout the whole movie, because I literally thought he was going to be in the whole movie. I literally thought, I was like, okay, he's going through nuclear plants or something, or, you know, he's going to army base or something he's running from or whatever, and I was like, okay, this is going to be an interesting movie to see. But like when they killed the character, it I don't know, it just felt like the movie lost a part of it a bit. So I just think that my rating for the movie will be a 7 out of 10. Like, you know, besides the, like, that part, there could have been a little bit more fighting, but everything else I think was pretty good. So I gotta give it a 7 out of 10. So, but literally, guys, I think it's a great movie to go watch. Go check it out, and like I loved it. It was a good movie. I'm not gonna lie, when the movie ended, I kind of felt like like I was a little excited, but not like too excited. At the end, like when it went to credits, I was just like, oh yeah, that you know, it was a good movie. You know, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't get the excitement I was looking for.
Exactly.
So. But besides that, you know, besides going in there with big high hopes, everyone, just go in there, you know, just try not to think of big things gonna happen in that movie. But like, it makes a good story for an intro, and you know, I can't wait to see the next movie. So.
Exactly. Same here.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's it for now, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day. And see you later, AZ.